Hey guys, Shaman Daniel here. How's everyone doing tonight? Doing good? Okay. Tonight, I want to talk about a few things. I want to talk about the Great Awakening. I want to talk about judgment. And I want to talk about compassion and humility and whatever else comes up. I'm kind of in a mood, right? But first, do me a favor. My dear friend Dorothy was just diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, among other things, stage 4. Prayers help. Do me a favor, say a prayer for my friend Dorothy. The world's a better place with her in it, and I want to keep her here. That being said, what is the Great Awakening? Well, the Great Awakening is an event that has never happened before in the history of humanity. Okay? And what it is, people are waking up to their spiritual truths, tapping into their spiritual selves, and getting on their spiritual path today in unprecedented numbers. It is kind of like a worldwide revolution of the heart, and it's a beautiful thing to behold, beautiful thing to witness. Now, what's facilitating this, it's this new energy. This started back in 2012. The earth began to be bombarded with this new type of energy. In the last 3 or 4 years, they really amped it up. And people are waking up and asking themselves questions they never asked before, such as, what is my purpose? Why am I here? Why all of a sudden do I have this need to help others? No, why do I feel like it's my responsibility to make the world a better place? Among other things. I have this whole category of client. I call them wildly successful middle-aged women in crisis. Now, I am in awe of what some of these women have done. Regardless of the industry, they went up to that glass ceiling and took a baseball bat and kept going. And they have done remarkable things. And despite all their accomplishments, they're not happy in the way they should be. In that, like, they checked off all the boxes. Successful career, happy, healthy family, check. Wonderful relationship, partnership, marriage, check. Social life, check. Happy, healthy self, check. And despite checking off all the boxes, doing all the things they believe should make them happy, like I said, they are not happy in the way they believe they should be. And they all ask me, Daniel, what is missing? And what is missing is this. It's connection to your heart, connection to the God here. Okay, friends, it's not that there's a piece of God in you, but you are a piece of God. All of you. And with very, 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 very few exceptions, anytime you look into the face of another, you will only see the face of God. And I get them on their path. Some have trauma issues, like many of us, unresolved. Of course, we address that. Get them on their path and send them on their way. We stay in contact. You know, I have a lot of clients that I helped get well, that I still stay in contact with and counsel and mentor as they embark on their spiritual journey. Now, and what this energy, what this Great Awakening is doing for those of us that are awake, it's kind of like the universe or God is, spirit is kind of fine-tuning us, going through us with a fine-tooth comb and bringing to the surface everything that we have as of yet not addressed. Follow me? No one's perfect. We're all on our path, just different places on it. And for me, that shows up in judgment. I didn't realize I judged so many people. I thought I was beyond that. You know, take the people I'm related to. There's a small handful of people that, well, I just haven't forgiven yet. And I have to do that. I have to do that. Because this new world we are all co-creating it's different. You know, Dolores Cannon talks about the new earth in several of her books. I suggest you look her up if this is resonating with you. And the new earth. See, right now, in the same time space, there are two earths coexisting in the same place. Now, as more and more people wake up, there will be a division, a physical separation. Yes, believe it or not. Now, the old earth that we're leaving behind is based in hate. It's based in fear. It's based in revenge. It's based in greed. It's based in what's in it for me. But the new earth, the new world that we are co-creating, it's based in love and forgiveness and compassion. And what can I do to help you? It's a completely different mindset, a completely different heart set. And it is happening. But you're not going to hear about it. You're not going to see it, except maybe on Gaia. But I stopped doing the news a good decade ago. Why? Because most of what I see on the news is very upsetting to me. Okay, and I can do little to change it. So I don't want to know. I don't need to know. Okay, and if you don't know as of yet, the news is not designed to inform. It's designed to instill fear in us and hate in us, and it creates division. And it does that very, very, very well. But you're not going to hear about the good stuff that's happening. No, you're only going to hear about that stuff. The good stuff that's happening, you have to go look for it. It's happening. We're here. So the Great Awakening, when you're on your spiritual path, what happens? So you wake up one day, nothing's changed, but everything's different because your perspective is different. It's like putting on this magical pair of glasses and you see the world through different eyes and you can't unsee what you've seen. And what's different? Well, you know, first off, you see through the bullshit. You see through the lies. You see through the manipulation. But also, people that are spiritual awake, we have experiences that most other people don't. We see things many other people don't. We hear things. We know things about others that are, just none of our business. And if you're waking up and you're having these types of experiences, and feeling awkward, feeling fearful, reach out. Give me a call. I'll walk you through it, okay? And if you're in a place, in an area, a region where not many people are awake yet, like when I first woke up in the early 90s, there were not many people that believed the way I believed. And we had to be very careful with who we shared this with. See, when you wake up spiritually, it's the most exciting time in your life. And you want to share that with those closest to you. But what we found back then is that, those closest to us don't want to hear about it. And if you're seeing things or hearing things, angels are speaking to you, your spirit guides, your ancestors. What are people going to say? You're crazy. You're schizophrenic. Trust me, you're not. You're not. You're just waking up spiritually. That's all. Now, for me and the Great Awakening, like I said, things are coming to the surface for me. What did I say? My judgment. My judgment is a big issue. And a couple of months ago, I judged a couple of people. See, something the universe does to me to keep me humble and to keep me compassionate. Get this. Spirit, when I judge a person or persons harshly, what Spirit does to me is it doesn't matter what it is I'm judging about. I get it, I do it, it happens to me. And so a couple of months ago, I judged a couple of people for always putting a negative spin on things. And also I judged for not being grateful. So the turnaround for me was, all of a sudden I was turning molehills into, not mountains, into crises. Things were blowing up and I was getting very upset and putting time and energy into things I had little control over. But the worst part was I was living my life stripped of my gratitude. And let me tell you, that sucks. That's an awful way to be. Awful way to be. So what the universe does, the Indians had a saying, walk a mile in my moccasins, then you can judge me, right? So I get to walk in the moccasins of others. And when I do, I take a step back and say, there's nothing to judge here. My heart goes out to these people. What can I do to help? Because like I said, it was really awful for me. Now, something I learned back in 2009 is that my happiness is in direct proportion to my gratitude. Let me tell you how that came about. Most of you don't know, I was very sick in 2008 and 2009. And in 2009, I was so sick that I died. Yeah, I was in a coma for a couple weeks that I was not supposed to wake up from, said the experts. Well, so much for the experts, right? But I did wake up, and that was a tough turnaround. Coming back from that was very challenging. But it was about 2 months after I woke up. And for the first time since, I was in a bad mood. No reason, wrong side of the bed kind of thing. I'm stomping around the house, fee, fi, fo, fum, what can I complain about? And I was really getting into it, And then something hit me, and I had this epiphany. And I looked in the mirror and said, not having it anymore. Because friends, in that moment, I realized that happiness, it's a choice, okay? It's a choice we all make 1,000 times a day, right? Your cup, is it half full or is it half empty? We all know that one. But see, for me, I have a cup, right? I have a cup. I'm good. When I intentionally and completely ground myself in gratitude, I'm in my happy place for no other reason than just being alive. For example, this morning, right, I got to wake up. The rest is freaking gravy. Thank you very much. Because I am the luckiest guy in the world. And when I forget that fact, that's when everything goes to shit. And it does. And it did. Now, I'm back from that. Lessons learned. And I'm grateful for the lessons. Grateful for the lessons. First off, who the fuck am I to judge, right? But it's a time for lessons. See, we're addressing the things that need to be addressed as we co-create the new earth. And this new earth, it's nothing less than the new Jerusalem coming out of the sky. Okay, this is the kingdom of heaven on earth. It's happening. It's happening. And we're all part of that process. All right? And nobody's walking through the gates of heaven with hate in their heart. It's not going to happen. And so the lessons are coming for all of us. Now, if you're just waking up or thinking you're waking up or confused about whatever, getting psychic hits, downloads, or whatever it may be, please don't hesitate to reach out, all right? Please, give me a call, set up an appointment, we'll have a phone consultation and take it from there, okay? I think that's it. Okay, so enough for me tonight. Now, never forget that I'm talking to you. You are loved. Walk in peace, guys. See you next time.